probably do that. Hey, everybody! Welcome to D101, where we're gonna do a thing. Probably wondering why I'm sitting funny. I'm sitting like this. I'm sitting like because we are. Hey, everybody! Creative guy. Thanks for being here early. I cannot wait to see your match. You guys start sending me pictures. I need pictures. I need to see it. Oh, I need that in my life. Speaking of painting. We are going to we're going to experiment a little bit. We're going to play with some painting, and we're going to play with some wiring and some electronics, and into we're going to get into some 3D design. We're going to do a lot today. So I've got a big round day planned for us on D101. Here we go. Let me switch over. Boom. Okay. See, I'm still here. But now you got this cool view right here. As you can see, our wonderful handy not assembled toy. Not put together how we want it. Just the way we want it. Just the way. And we're going to be painting that today, but we also are going to be designing things for it, because we're gonna be looking at some stuff we have to do. So we're gonna be in Tinkercad as well, and then we're gonna go over the electronics that go into it. So we're gonna do lots of stuff today. How's everybody doing? Monday, y'all. I am here. I am. Today it's here. I did it go twice, and it was super cool, and we're all excited about it. Oh man, such a week. So as you guys know, I have been building bit by bit projects, more and more projects, as you can see back there. Orignal helmet, and of course the Pipboy that we're going to be working on today, as well as printing out. No, you're fine, creative guy. I was doing that like right before I came live. I'm like, do I open this? Do I try this? Do I do it? And so I think part of the thing I wanted to do, especially with tonight, is kind of I have decided that I'm going to just stream my first attempts on stuff instead of perfecting it, because I think honestly I think messing stuff up and getting it wrong or learning as I go with just experimenting is kind of like the best way to learn things. So and of course I am going to upload this to YouTube. A YouTube video coming out tonight of special group playing VR horror, and then just anytime I do something really fun, I'm probably gonna upload it to the YouTube channel, which you can get like. There's the YouTube down there. So you can find work after it's done, or you can request a video like, "Hey, I missed this episode. Can you upload it to YouTube?" I don't always do it, but I like to do it some. Well, without further ado, let's dive in. Let's get in. Okay, so today, as you can see, now I print. I need to print in black PLA. Up there, you can see it's black. So what I did with this was I haven't sanded it or anything. This is not a sand bondo style project. This is straight up off the print. Layer lines, you can still see a lot of the work it did into this. One of the reasons I did that is because I wanted to see how detailed I could really get. Yeah, because like I said, this is the trial run one. This is the one where we're like, let's go. Viewers and people. Yeah, that's it. 100%. It really helps people again. That's exactly right. So today we're using something new. I took Rust-Oleum, Rust-Oleum, Rust-Oleum spray paint, just silver metallic, and just sprayed it. That's all I did. I went out there and did like 2 coats all over. Don't worry, I know it's getting that pink light from the light up there. Let me see if I can't. Stream lights, standard light. Give a little, yeah, there we go. That would give less color to it. Just spray painted on there. I let it dry for a couple days, and with this stuff, I'm also gonna let it dry. But now it's just looking silver. It doesn't have that like wear and tear that you really expect from like a prop or something like that. So I have seen a lot of people talk about this. It is Sentinel Citadel color shade Agrax Earth shade, and it kind of gives it a grime. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try into this tonight. We're gonna open this up, wet brush it. Oh yeah, sticky. This stuff is like grime on there, but we're not going to like paint coats of it on there. So everything I have seen, we're gonna kind of just let it be runny and seep into stuff. That's another reason why I didn't. He's scratching at my door. I didn't want to really sand and like flame it because I wanted to see the effects of it. So what we're gonna do? Dive in. Get my handy dandy paint brushes. I've got 3 that I use. I have my best brush paintbrush. You can paint a lot of silver with it. I do a lot of dry brushing with that one. Got my hard brush, silver on there where I like to get the detail. And this is what I call like my wet apply, cleaned wet plants. And I think that's where we're going to start today, because we're going to very broad stroke. And I don't know how messy this is going to be because this is my first time using it. We're about to learn a lot. About to learn. Together we're learning. In there, let's what just really does. And this is step 1. I want everybody to know this is not like where we're going, and you can already see where it's just turning everything brown. Put it on there because we're gonna clean it. Want those layers on there, but we want it to be heavy in places, so we kind of want it un and B. Don't worry. Like I said, if I mess this up, I mess this up. So we're gonna. And let me tell you about the fun part about really just painting and messing stuff up is, especially with props, you can just start over again. You can 100% just go, you know what? I'm just gonna start from scratch. I'm gonna sand this sucker down, or I'm just gonna paint right over it. Nooks and crannies. That's where I want it to stay. In the nooks, I need to be painting this where I can see. Still used to the setup, so. Out of my desk. I hope it's not like sticky. Ever. Probably will be. This is how we learn. Every time I make a dumb mistake, this is how I learn. Wipe it down. Like we're gonna let it get in there, but then I'm gonna take this paper, these napkins, and I'm gonna kind of clean it after I painted it. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I'm gonna wipe it back down, trying to clean off the paint. Ooh, a lot there. Okay, we're gonna spread that around. Yeah, What is it? Bob Ross says. These are little happy mistakes. Little happy. Like the grime we've gotten so far. Let's go ahead. And as you see, I'm just kind of patting it down. I'm not rubbing, I'm not scrubbing. I'm taking it and just give me the beach. Got the beach, we got the beach. Yeah, we got the beach. Pay extra for the singing. Yeah. Watch this tutorial anywhere, but then you pay for the singing. I really like how this is just kind of coming along and just kind of hearing it in there. It is giving it that grime. We can kind of see like when you look at, okay, like let's look at this. It just looks like over plastic. Kind of look at the top of that and just like get of that. Like I said, we don't have to get every part. Like that's not going to be visible to anyone. You want to make sure you're getting all them visible spots. Like I said, you don't have to be perfect with it. No, things aren't perfect in real life. That's the way you got to look at it. Like, is this perfect? In the brush, I'm going to dry it off some. Really, this nooks, all up in them nooks, and I was like, my hands are going to be filthy. I'm going to, oh, what's wrong with you? And I'll be like, I'm an artiste. But like, really, really look at like difference that has made just in the short time we were in fuzzing around with it. Like that looks so much more like realistic. And remember, this is step one. This is like step two. So step two of weathering. You wear gloves when you're doing something like this. You want to make sure you're gloved up. No glove, no love. I like to raw dog it. I like to get messy in it and get sloppy. I want you to know that I am a professional cosplayer, professional artist. I like to get sloppy. Boom! All right, there we go. Booze. Go ahead and get into this piece right here. Right there, that's not going to be seen, so we don't have to worry about you. Oh yeah, look at that. Look how gross that is. That whole piece. Really get up in that. Gross. And then we're gonna take our Gotta clean it. Tappy, 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 tappy. Yeah, but what do I still have that? Oh, that joke has died. Huh, little dab will do you. Just dab at it. Kind of see like it is now like a more oily dab everywhere. I don't want to get like every little detail. Like you see, like it's a little grimier right in that little alcove. A little bit, just a little bit dabs here and there. By the way, you can get all of this stuff on Amazon like super cheap. You can also go to Michael's. Uh, I would say you could buy it at Hobby Lobby, but don't shop at Hobby Lobby because they're the devil. Devil, but you know they're worse than the devil. Well, let's do this. Really, just dirty it up, make it all those little nooks and crannies. Flop it around. And like I said, this stuff will take a couple days to dry. Like honestly, a lot of this stuff dries pretty quickly. Found when you are doing stuff like this, let it just like do this and let it sit for. Walk away from it. Walk away. You're gonna overdo it. You're gonna go crazy with it. Might mess up what you had. Like if you're really nailing it, and you get, oh, I just got to get in here. Layer of grime on this. You're gonna chip away with stuff. And I learned this while working on the proton pack because you know, like you get in a groove and you're like, oh yes, I can't believe I got that done so fast. Let's go. Yeah, I'm not trying to get into nooks and crannies. I got in the nooks and crannies with the brush, but I'm not trying to get into it with how I want it to be gunkier. So now, as you can see, that verse night and day, give real feel. We're getting real feels here. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, like walk away from a project for a little bit. Very hard to do. Trust me. For my own advice, more times I can count have I just been like, you know what, I will let it do it, and then I regretted it. I immediately regretted it because like that paint wasn't set right. It wasn't cured. Wasn't holding its wasn't holding its stain like I wanted it. Solid or bonded. This is getting it good. Um, so you're just gonna mess it up. Walk away for a little while, let it sit, let it cure, and then when you're adding the next layer to it, and that's what you're doing when you're weathering products, like when you're weathering these. I didn't say it out loud. When you're weathering them, you know you're making them look old. That's what your goal is. Not old, but used. Love it when a plan comes together. I plan on using this technique with my Mandalorian as well. Like when I paint the Mandalorian back there, that is going to be a much longer paint process. It's going to have so much more in detail. So much more like real metal. Like I'm wearing this out. Wasteland, I am surviving, or I'm never left the vault. I have just lived out here in my happy little vault, or out in the wasteland, however it be, or dead. Vault Tech employee. Right here we have all the little greebles and switches. We're not doing anything with them yet. They're black. We will do something with them later, not today. Today, like I said, we gotta let our grime do. You don't need to do grime on black. Saying you're not gonna see it. Like I said, we just want to get the making a mess, making a mess. Here. All right. Now, well, wipe up. Let's see. Just damn it. Layers coats really add a lot of character. No, they do. They 100% add so much character. First, I'm gonna go throw this away. I'm gonna go wash my brush so it doesn't dry. So give me like 2 shakes of a lamb. I promise I'll be like right back. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. I just want to wash my brush. When it's a wet brush, I like to keep it very clean. And I'm gonna go grab a finished prop to kind of give you like. All right, so kind of what I want to show you. Let's go ahead and properly drying them. We're gonna get you out. Weird. Have it in there, but that's okay. So this was my very first prop I ever made. I mean, you can see its sister up there, all lit up. This lights up as well too. Like, hold on. Yeah. You guys have all seen it on my desk. This is Mach 1. But I wanted to get in there and really show you the weathering process. Still has like scratches on there. I honestly, I hate the job I did on this one. This is my first one. The reason I kept it around is just so I can kind of show you where it's just like and I'm just not as happy with it. But I mean, the best part is, and like if I pull it down here, looking at it, or if you're watching this on your phone, it looks spectacular. It looks so real. It does. It has like all that damage done, and did what I'm going to do in the next step, and I'm going to show you what that is, and with the black and whatnot. I think what we're going to do is we're going to dry brush some of these black knobs and kind of get an idea. All right, I got something new I wanted to try. Here, recommended by actually it's recommended by the guy who does Pipboy. Astros silver metallic paint. I mean, it doesn't even have like warnings. Silver magnetic like metallic paint. This is going to do two things in our prop. For the Pipboy right here, it's going to bring back a little bit of the metal to it. Like we're going to quote unquote polish it up, as it were. Like where we're gonna, bring it, but we're gonna do that by a process called, and not even a high called, it's called uh, dry brushing. Uh, Sounds really dumb, but illustration. Well, using the knobs, we're gonna get in here. Little twisties and stuff like that, and we're gonna give metallic coats. Like I said, these aren't. These knobs are supposed to be black, so we're not going to paint them silver, but we're going to give them wear and tear. Shake, just shake. Come on, shake it with me. Come on. Oh, shake the paint. Shake the paint. Good. A little bit. My old joke. All right, cool. All right, moving on. Moving on. Now, nice and shaken up. Ready to not paint with this? What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little bit, put a little bit on that brush. Little piece of plastic got that wear and tear on there. You just dry brushed it. Weird type of metal break to it. Like, remember, if you mess up, they make black paint. Start from scratch. This off. solid plastic. I got too much on it. I don't want it on there. While it's still wet, too much on there. I get too much on there. Anti-dry brush it. Now it just has that like I'm made of metal, but I'm not meant to be made of. Direction you dry brush matters. So like if you have these ridges, you really get that like metallic brush feel to it. So that's what we're gonna go back to. We're not going back in here. We're gonna go in off. There we go. There we go. Like, hey, Paragon. Really does just add this. I do want it to be silver, so I got this stuff to really paint it. I wanted to paint, like, be able to sit it where it needs to go in here. Paint it silver because I want this to be pretty. First thing I need to do is this from the 3D printer. It's still not been cleaned. Pristine. Miss Bates knife. Bit of just doesn't have to be perfect because on here looks perfect. So now let's legit paint it. Well, that's your dry brush. Why are you wet painting with it? And I'm going to show you in a second. Come in. I wanted to see how this stuff looked on plastic. Not just for dry brushing. Actual, like. This is my test for the Mandalorian later. This is actually how you get your dry brush really looking good, really getting that battle. Later, not tonight because I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna let this stuff dry out. Oh no, dry brushing. Dries. We're gonna end up dry brushing the silver back onto our Pipboy to bring back a little bit, like so now I have my wet brush. You know, I've turned my dry brush into a wet brush. Let me coat this like mercury. But now I'm going to very mushily. Whoosh. Whoosh. Later, when I am dry brushing, the chunks will be in there. So that. Yeah. We. So it ends up like I'm looking at the camera like this. Trying to get in there and just dry brush all that gunk out of there. But like I said, we want it in there so the brush is damaged. I'm telling you, a damaged brush is amazing to. I learned this through experience. Is amazing. Damaged brush is the best dry brush you'll ever have. Like break your brushes. Break your brushes. Down with art. Break your brushes. All right, there we go. Got this little piece, last piece. As you see, we have dry brushed the crap out of it. Dry brush, I'm telling you. Wet brush with a dry brush, then you clean it out. Don't put any more paint in it. Great for edge detailing. Oh, great for edge detailing. Sucker looks like it got just worn to hell and back. Pushed and mashed too many damn times and had been replaced. And that's what you want. That's that realism right there. That's where you get that realism. Is honestly just making it look bad. All right, there we go. So okay, there we go. We got some like good grime work done. I'm really proud how that like came out looking real metal, real grimy, real wasteland ugly. And like I said, we're gonna pretty it back up next time we stream because, like I said, I want that stuff to like cure and solid and really soak in and cure. And then we're gonna dry brush the shit out of it, kind of like we did. Now, let's get into what we're gonna end up putting in this Pipboy. You, whoa, yeah. Thanks for the watching. Thanks for the work, and I miss you, Paragon. Thank you. Where's that streak at? Made me pee my pants last time I saw you, and you didn't post your streak. All right, let's get into what's actually going in there now. I know a lot of people who have seen these Pipboys in the past. I put my phone in there. It's this app. You just put a phone in there. You know, your little Apple phone in there. Fuck all that. Who wants to put a phone in a Pipboy? Pipboy's not a phone. Radio, but it's not a phone. Didn't have cell phones back in the wasteland. In the oh wait, I forgot one. I forgot a knob. Little head knob. Up. Oh, dry brush the greebles. Back in your home. That's why I misplaced you, because you were out of your home. Greeble it. I know they use iPhones for the show. I know how they did it in the phone. It was very cute. I will be making an iPhone, a wearable iPhone app version, I promise you, that matches the show with this same paint job. But this is for a display. Like this is going to be my display cock up on my wall. It's under my Trico strap. Probably on that side, I'm going to have my display of props. So, yep. Let's really get into what we're going to put in there. Let's clean up this paint. There. Right. Thing would fly off. I could see that. I could really see that. All right, first, let's get into the brain of our Pip-Boy. We're not going to do all the wiring today, and the reason we're not doing all the wiring, believe it or not, see these wonderful colors of wires right here? See this? I got white, green, yellow. Two. I'm missing two. I need two more colors. Two more colors. That's how much wiring goes into this Pip-Boy. That I need two more colors. I need an orange. I mean, it's ordered. I need orange and purple. Because, like I said, one of these things I'm going to show you requires like 1, 2, 3, 6 wires, and outside the red and black wires, which when we do the wiring episode, and we will go into it. I got my soldering iron. We're going to do all of it. It'll be a very long stream, and there's going to be lots and lots of mess ups. And I'm probably going to electrocute myself. It's going to be fun for everyone, but I'm going to wait, for a while. All right, here we go. Getting into. Here we go. This. Oh, yep, there's the wires I need right here. Look at that. I have more of these ordered. Yeah, it says like the gray, the purple, the orange. I have them ordered. These are not the brains. These are the right here. This is the MP3 player that goes inside. If you notice, there's 5 of them. Yeah, I can make more than one Pip-Boy. Wired together soon enough. Here is the brains. These little bad boys right here. I love Felicia's Day. She is just the best. Get in here. Get in here. Let's see it. Oh, nope. There it is. This is going to be the brain of our Pip-Boy. And if anyone doesn't know what that is, that's Arduino. Arduino brain in there. We're going to wire it up. We're going to hook up processor, and then we're going to hook up the soundboard to it, and we're going to wire them all. The wiry bits, we're going to bend them and wire them and solder them. We're not building no complicated breadboards. We're going to do old-fashioned, just rudimentary, gross soldering and covering. A little jealous of that. So there's the Arduino. That's going to be the brain. You've seen the sound of it. Last. Here. This is cool as hell. I can't believe I have one of these. They're not expensive. I don't know why I'm like, I can't believe I have one of these. But I'm just like, I never thought I would just go out and buy one. I won't even open it up. So this is the screen. It is a touch screen for Arduino. You can use it for tablets, have them, cell phones, everything like that. Like we're essentially building our own cell phone, but we're not using the touch screen because boys weren't, boys weren't touch screens. They were, you turned the little knob, you clicked the little thing. And they're probably a little bit touchscreen, but still, we're Notice I got 2 of those. Came with a pack of 2. Along with, and you saw the hole in the back. These are going to be for the Pipboy. 4mm. Sitting in there. These things are going to be loud as hell. And roll the whole thing. A multi-prong, like multi-switch switch. These will go on to, like, in through the device. A little melt that in and then smush it on top of it, and it forms and molds around it. Soldering gun for that. Now the cool thing about this one that I'm really excited about, these little doohickeys are humidity sensors. We're going to install in it, act as the rad detector, and it will do the rad sounds and whatnot to the humidity and temperature in the room. And I think that's super cool, so I'm excited about that. Together, and like I said, I got more wiring coming with the multicolored 3M wiring. Once that gets here, that's when we're going to start putting that whole thing together. All right. I didn't show you the LEDs, of course. Give it the light bulb. Now, what he did is he used large LEDs, and I didn't want to order new LEDs. So the one thing I wanted to do is we're going to switch over to is we've got to create, because the one thing I haven't printed are LED goes right in here. Oh, hold on. LED goes right in here, and this is one of the gauges. Where are you at? Gauge right in here that has an LED behind it, and we're going to use 3D filament, transparent filament. 3D filament. Where's the 3D filament? Oh, John. Anywho, but for this right here and that right there, I want to design a little lens cover to pop in on it. And so we're going to kind of show you how I like get into Tinkercad and design things, kind of modify things to do what I really want to do. Further ado, let's pull it up. Boom, there we are. There's the model I used for Tinkercad. Right here. Oh no. There, we need to design little lens caps for it. I'm going to kind of show you how I do that in Tinkercad. So, first thing I'm going to do is bring in little cylinder. Look at the little cylinder. We're going to rank up those sides. Give me all the sides. I want you. And we kind of want that cylinder to have a top. Perfectly lined. So you come up here to a line. That way. Together as one object. We're going to mush it down a little bit. We're no longer just a little bit. Got our little bullet. Relax. Okay. First, select both objects. We're going to come up here to group it, make it one object. Look at this. Boom, one object. Then, as you notice, it's still pretty solid. It's just a lump, a lump, a lump, a lump. We're going to duplicate it. Make it a whole. Those two objects. I know we're doing rudimentary stuff, and I'm want the edges a little thick, and I'll line. Combine objects. You ready? Boom. Yeah, real easy. I know it's very rudimentary. A little bigger than this hole. Now it's just like a little lens cap. Little lens cap. Hit it. Bring this one over. Pipboy. Find you two. How we're going to treat this is actually make it thicker. Whole layer. How we're going to do it, we're going to make the take up less space. Does that make sense? Like, now when we group objects, still weird looking, but now it's a perfect fit for that hole. Does that make sense? This is now a perfect fit for the hole. On a hole, preparation H goes good on the hole. And when we print it, we can sand it, of course. We can do what we. I think I'm going to toy around with this a little bit because I'm thinking maybe I don't want such a rounded one. Maybe I want flat top. I'm thinking I might want more of this type of. If that makes sense. Yeah, like you. How leveled it is. I'm thinking about going more this style with it instead of the. But like I said, I'm not gonna get in. Like I'm not gonna sit y'all make you watch me painstakingly boppers and all that because even then I don't have to make it. I don't have to make it fit. I can make it just coordinates. Play with it that way. So we'll get in. We'll do this. We'll do that. A little bit like that. And so next time you guys see me, D101 at least, because I will be streaming. Of course, we have Fallout tomorrow. We're gonna actually play Fallout. We're back into Vegas. We're here to see you do what you do. All right, go. We'll break it all down. Let's break it down. Let's do it. Let's make get out of here. Bring it down now. Because let's be honest, with this, you can easily just sit something on top of here and let it be the size you need, and you can just glue it on top of there. I like that better. I do really. Bigger than the hole so we don't get that weird overlap. Like it just cuts everything off. Out of that hole anywhere on this. Do it. Now it. If you notice, oh no, oh, we got flip. We gotta take care of. Just flush. That's all it is. And as you know, when I print this out, it will sit perfectly flush on top of this. Yep. So we're gonna call this light Pipboy light covers 1. Export model. Everything in the design. And export it as an STL. Great for 30. Import it into our 3D printer in a second. Yeah. Well, great. Now I gotta capture L. Okay. Well, hold on. We're gonna. Building is building. I'll capture it once it gets here. I promise. Once it opens up, there. Ah, as you can see here, it'll shape. Look. 1 minute, 0 grams. Look at that preview. Ready to go. And we print it. We'll print it in transparent, and we'll just glue it right on top. Right on top of that. Voila, good to go. back into fine. Pieces. Have already been designed. They were designed with the model. Super easy. Ready. Let's go. Back to grimier in some places. They love that. Yep. No. Rule one: let it dry. Let it sit. Let it dry. Guys, you gotta let it. You gotta let it dry. You gotta just walk away from it for a little bit. Let that sit. Let it be gross for a little bit, and then I'll do that before. You know what I'll do? You know what? I don't think I can because I gotta build that diaper. That's the thing. I'm still working on it. Okay, it's still a maybe, and this is what I'll tell you. It'll be a surprise. That's all I can give you. It'll be a surprise. Find the hat. Got the wife beater and the shirt. Got to make that diaper out of something, and I got to get the shoes. But I am working on it. I am looking at pictures. I have looked at so many pictures. Definitely something I'd be down to do. I just got to find someone to take care of my proton pack on Saturday, which would really not be hard. Would it would be not. So that said, tune in for Mad Monster Party where you might see the water filter monster. All right, so that's our stream. Probably tomorrow before we start Fallout, I will do the dry brush for this. This is what I'll do tomorrow, right before, and I'll do it on camera, right before we dive into Fallout. Uh, Dry brush the metal kind of glimpse back on it, so you can kind of get the bits and see the finer detail to get this in. And as soon as the wiring gets here, I will start that. Another thing is I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure out how to teach the sanding and bondo of this. I think I'm going to have to make a video of that. I don't know if I'll be able to live stream that, just because I want to do a good chunk of it outside, if that makes sense. And that's for like safety reasons, health reasons. You don't want to be sand. And it won't be well ventilated. So you'd be like, what the fuck is he saying? And I'll be in a mask. But painting wise, I am going to. That is something that this guy definitely needs to get into. Side and how we're gonna weather that down. I don't know how well you can hear me. This is the way. This is where the helmet will actually sit. And we will, this is also coming up soon. Sanding, painting, weathering of this. This is going to be a lot more fun because we're actually going to score. By that means like dent and scratch this up. And I'm kind of really excited for that. And I'm more excited for the chest armor and like the other pieces. Because this is going to be my next full cosplay. Not the Mandalorian, very similar to his helmet, is custom Mandalorian. But like I said, I'm using the scrap pieces I have found throughout and design some of my own as well. The best part about not selling your cosplay, but teaching people how to cosplay, is you can just use other people's products. People who've done the hard work of designing and doing like that. Yeah, when we do the wiring program for this and like that, I will let me go ahead and share the file for this that has all the videos and everything you can need. Share it in the chat right now. Because like I said, I didn't design this Pip-Boy. I didn't even design like the full tutorials and all that. Very talented French prop maker who has done a lot of work made this. Definitely want to give him credit. That credit is due because good lord did that man do some talent, and he's done other talented things. First link to it, so if you want to make your own and you can follow along. On there is his tutorials and demonstrations of what it does. And like I said, you don't have to watch my stuff to learn how to do it. The only downside, what he has made uh, videos, is they're in French, and he's a professional. He's nailed it. He nailed every bit of it. He video. Sorry, nailed it all in one try. And I'm not going to nail it all in one try, but I'm going to give you a good demonstration of how it's done. Good. Oh, I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. You all have all been wonderful. I do appreciate every single one of you. And tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be digging into Fallout New Vegas some more. But before we do that, we are going to do the next layer of the weathering because, like I said, gotten the grunge in there really well. Dirty, but we gotta bring back some of that metallic to it. That's what we're gonna do tomorrow. Is we're gonna dry brush and really bring back the metal to it, and I think that's where it really does give it that finished. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that. You guys tune in. Night, everybody. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Bye.